Yeah, hello. What's up? So, I'm gonna have to start off with like a. Oh wow, I need to fix this ruffle. Give me a second. That's better. Gotta turn that AI on, right? So, I gotta start off with a freaking apology to whomever is watching. Because Norway just recently adjusted the clock. Like, the difference between summertime and wintertime. So, this is the typical 9 p.m. I usually stream in Norway. This is like the typical 9 p.m. that I stream, but apparently this is 3 p.m. EST. So I'll be happy if anybody's watching at all, except Logan. Logan doesn't deserve a shout out. What is this, Windows Defender? Why are you scanning my machine? I don't need you. I'm trying to get around you, right? Wow, I had that enabled. Okay, so today. So I'm gonna start off with apologizing for being an hour late. Technically, I'm perfectly on time here in Norway, but since we adjusted the clock recently, I'm an hour late. Also, I didn't stream on Sunday because I just tried to take a break from the computer this weekend. That didn't end up happening anyhow, but yeah. So we'll see. I'm open to changing the streaming time so it will fit more people. I have a feeling that maybe Sunday is bad for some people, but then Monday is in the middle of work hours for some people on the East Coast, right? So it's difficult. Can't please everybody. But today we will be properly weaponizing Sharp ProxyLogon and releasing it. So let's just jump into the VM here. So the plan, I shared this with Rastamas off stream. And he played around with getting some shellcode injection running with Cobalt. We might do that. I think I haven't quite decided how complicated I wanted to make it. Because for some people that's going to be using this on like CTFs or Hack the Box or whatever, they don't need freaking shellcode injection. They just need shell. They just need to execute commands on the system. And as of now, that works just fine. So I've done a little bit since the last time I streamed. That's the proxy off. I added some ASCII art because again I was close to getting fired, and I added interactive mode because last time on the stream we only did UNC path, and it's actually running. Okay, this should be dead. Yeah, it is dead. So let's just check if this still works. So I have my Exchange server running, unless Microsoft patched it without me asking. This should still be vulnerable. So let's just show what we got so far. Yeah, still vulnerable. Or not. What is going on? Did Defender turn back on? No, it's off permanently. And there's a shell here. And it definitely have what I wanted to have. So this should sort of kind of work. Let's reset here and let's remove this. Oops. So there we go, dropped shell. So I don't know why this is apparently broken. Legit just worked. So why am I sending it? So that should be fine. I swear to God, if Defender patched or messed with this box, I'm gonna be sad. I'm gonna be a sad fish. So it's attempting to send this. That I ain't getting anything in return, it just hangs. So I'm thinking I should do a reboot perhaps, because this legitimately just worked. So should I do a reboot? Do I have a proper snapshot of this? Yeah, I do. So I could reset it to the Exchange setup, which is only a couple, like 7 days old. Let's do that. Okay, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna reset the snapshot. I'm gonna get my coffee while that works. Oh. So I think Rastamouse is not in the stream today, and that's fair enough. Because I missed his stream on Thursday. Yeah, it's true. Again! To be fair though, I was sitting all day with Logan. Logan can testify on that. So that's an interesting story. Me and Logan is doing an external for 4 weeks. And right now we're basically doing an internal. And we're fighting the SOC. The SOC is so on our nose. Like minutes after we do stuff, the SOC sends us an email and it's like, hey, we saw this. So I mean, that's interesting. Oh, okay, so that's set up. That's okay. Which directory is on? Let's do OBA. And I gotta change this resolution back. That's better. There we go. So some people have been having issues recreating the setup of Exchange. You have to log into any account or the initial account you're targeting and set the time zone, or else you're gonna have issues getting the OIB ID and stuff. So you have to log in through the actual mailbox you're targeting first. You can't just set up the Exchange. So let's see if this works again. Please just work. Thank you. Okay. So it works again. we have an interactive shell. Or, that's a lie really. It's definitely not. Oh wow, why is it stopping? What is happening? Okay, so there's some funky business going on this server. I'm not sure if it's Defender or if it's... Oh yeah, no, Defender's off. Okay, yeah, it's just slow then. Yeah, it's just slow then. Howdy. Wow, Rasta joined. Thank you, Rasta. I just apologize for not showing up at your stream, and then I also apologize for being an hour late, which is technically due to Norwegians adjusting their freaking time every fall and every spring. So it's technically 9 PM my time, it should be okay, but we're 3 PM EST. So yeah, so I haven't really decided how much I want to do yet. So I think I'm going to leave the interactive shell stuff in, because that's going to be useful for people using it for, you know, hack the box. And, you know, CTFs and stuff. And then I'm going to add... I'm not sure if I should just add reflective loading, or if I should go full Rasta mouse and do shellcode injection. I'm gonna touch up a bit first, right? So when it drops a shell, it shouldn't be called shell SPX. So I'm gonna do string random shell name. I'm gonna do GUID, new GUID, to string, replace some like that. So we got a random shell name like that. So it's a bit better. I'm not gonna bother obfuscating the content. If they want to do that, they can do that themselves. That should be fine. Legit shared my POC with Rastamas low key, and then he's like, "Oh, I got a POC." I'm gonna be releasing this today, so that's good. So this should also probably be changed to something random. So I guess I could be really dirty and do this. Okay. Oops, should have done that. So I think I can do like... I love it. So it's just a file that doesn't exist. This needs to be kept, but this... And this isn't... This is really just like trying to what's it called, trying to put makeup on a pig. This POC is still rough, super rough, and would probably require more work off stream to make it better. Like this should be in JSON, this should be like a class and an object and not just a fucking string commented in. But it is what it is. It truly is. So we want to keep this as little as we want, like that. And then okay, so let's do shellcode injection. Let's do that. So we're going to need a couple more parameters there. So there's like usage, shell, usage, shellcode, usage injection. And then we need to have like a shellcode, obviously, shellcode path .bin to make it so everybody understands it's the actual file, not like a base64 string. And then obviously we need... There's no point of defining an architecture because the Exchange server is running in 64-bit, and the process that's going to be loading our stager is 64-bit, so it has to be 64-bit. That's fine, but obviously we need a process to target, so we could do like proc target.exe. Maybe it's easier to just like do explorer, right? And then this 3, 2, so that's going to be shellcode path. That's going to be injection target, and then we need to check. So this is going to fail obviously if you try this. So we need to check that the length of arguments is, let's use length. No, let's use fucking count. We need to make sure that this is more than 2, so that we actually have enough arguments to attempt to set the shellcode injection and target. Also, fair game. Rastamouse POC has way better ASCII art than me. Like this is some beginner stuff compared to what Rasta has. But it's gonna do just fine. Okay, so now this is the interesting bit, and I haven't shared this yet. But so to be able to make this to shellcode injection, we can actually make that a web shell that we drop load C# code directly, because you can use C# as a scripting language in ASPX. So actually what we want to do is we probably want to have like a this is so dirty. Why do I injection equals false, and if we set this, obviously injection is going to be true, and if we're not doing injection, if we're doing injection, we can just override. Oh my god, what am I doing today? We can just override the shell content, right? So if we're doing injection, we can override that shell content into something else. Dirty way, but it works. Ah, right. That's a nice idea. So I'm gonna rip this. I think I shared this with some blue team guy. I shared this POC. I mean the script, like the shell content that you need to effectively load C#. I shared with Mr. Oh my god, Cyber War Dog, so he could create some rules for it. So I was doing everybody a favor there, right? Instead of just releasing it. So here it is. It looks like this, and it's exactly what you need to get it running. The main issue is that the main issue is really that it has to be a certain size. It can't be like however big. It has to be can't be huge. I should say that. So this is the basically the snippet you need to reflectively load C# into an ASPX shell. So basically, why do we need this? This is just to get the space, right? So we can just do this because we want to keep this as small as possible. So reflection load and the base64 string that we get in a post request called A, and then obviously this would be the input here would be the actual C# doing the injection. So I think I'm gonna rip a project from Rustam out. Tiki Torch could probably do that. And then this needs to be the actual shellcode that's been injected. So bloody Tiki Torch. And this is going to be B, right? So when to trigger this shellcode injection, I'm going to write this to a shell, ASPX shell, web shell. Then I'm going to post A and B. A is going to be this B64 encoder string. Oh, yeah, base64 encoder string of the byte data of the injector, like the C# application actually doing the injection. And then I'm going to give that application a parameter, which is going to be a base64 string of the target to inject into, as well as the actual shellcode we want to inject. So this, I think this should be fine. If this hits the size limit, then I don't know how you did it, Rasta. Yeah, right. This sort of has to be it. So that should be fine. I think we have like a couple of characters to play with, but this is like the max size you can do it. So obviously that's going to change the shell content, right? And everything else can be left. The only difference is that when we are, after we have written that ASPX shell, so this is get OBID, after setting that, so this can be f the smallest possible. I guess we don't have to have, I think actually, no, it has to be HTTP. It can't be new in CPOF, that would be very smaller. So we could probably do this, that would make it smaller. And then the shell content. Yeah. And then the shell content. And then that's going to be written to this path. And then usually what you would do is that you would just start posting data to that, but like posting commands. You know, like take a command and then post that command. We don't want to do that since we want to do injection. So if we're doing injection, we want to do something completely different than this. If we're not doing injection, then this is fine. So like that, right? Right? So in that case, we want to sleep anyhow. We want to copy a lot of this. Actually, let's just copy everything. And then we need this, we need this, we need all that. Obviously it's not going to be shell anymore. Gotta remember to change that. So that would be random shell name. Gonna right. So here it's going to be different. We want to do A, and we want to do B. Right, where A is the base64 encoded byte array for, I guess, the stager C# after doing the injection. And then this would be the base64 encoded byte array of the actually shellcode to inject plus target, right? So I'm thinking we could do yeah. So I'm thinking we could do so I'm thinking we could do it like in the format, so the application that we use understands that it's like, so we can do like target proc name and then the base64 encoded array, and then just base64 encode everything. It doesn't really matter. Actually, let's do that. So let's do target, what did I call that? So the problem with this is that we need to define it first. So it's shellcode, path, and injection target. So it's, I'm thinking injection target plus this plus shellcode E64, and then I'm going to do this. Right, and the A obviously has to be the inject like loader base 64. So loader and shellcode base 64 is stuff that we have to get earlier on here. So shellcode base 64. Oh, that's so stupid. I guess I could do it down here. No, I think we want to do that in the beginning, because if it fails, we want it to fail before we stage the whole exploit and stuff. Right? So string, and then string, what did I call it? Loader base 64, I think. No, I called it something different. With a small b. Oh my god. Oh my. Never mentioned that. There we go. There we go. Like that. Because then our shellcode, so this would be our shellcode path, right? So we want to do shellcode base 64 equals convert to base 64 string file read all bytes. Oh, we can't do this, because if people are going to execute assembly on machine, we have to make, yeah, huh. We obviously don't want people to freaking drop their shellcode. So I guess they could. Is there a max argument size or input size on execute assembly? I guess they could paste the base 64 string in, but that's a freaking pain. Ideally, they would be read off disk, but if you're doing this on a beacon, you don't want to read anything off the disk on the beacon, on the host that's running the beacon. So I'm thinking. I think it just has to be a string, basically. That or path or UNC path. I guess UNC path could work, right? I guess like UNC path could work. I guess an UNC path could work. But that's. Oh yeah, but I don't know jack shit about aggressor. And I want this to be compatible with Cobalt Strike, but I don't want it to be like specifically for Cobalt Strike. Because maybe Posh would want to use this as well, probably. Fuck. I guess base 64 string is the way to go. Right? It's the easiest. It's gonna be huge though. I have no idea. Okay. I think for now it has to be that. Yeah, I think for now it has to be that. Shellcode base 64. Yeah. Then it would have to be. Then it would have to be UNC path or URL. Or you could just build it, right? I mean, it would have to get it either online or via UNC path. If I were doing this on an engagement, obviously I would love, because even if you do it in aggressor, that's still just gonna pass it onto the CMD, which has a limit, as you say. 8k charge. I don't know how big a stageless beacon in Cobalt Strike is. Probably going to be more than that in a base 64 encoded. I think I just have to give it. Oh, it's so dumb. Like URL. If I were doing this on engagement, I would probably use storage accounts, like host the blob. Oh, fuck. Okay, let's do that for now. Base 64 shellcode direct link URL. Oh, it's so sketchy. It's so bad OPSEC. You know what? I think you can hear my brain, right? So the fact is that if I were going to do this, I would just modify this and compile it with the base 64 string in it, right? That would solve the whole issue. But then again, it wouldn't exactly make it very flexible. Getting it from an online path is fucking stupid because you don't want to host. Staging is bad. Bad. You don't want to do that, even though it's for this. UNC path would work. I mean, I would almost say UNC path, or just dropping like a picture that is a base 64 blob on disk is better. I would actually think that. So I think oh, it's so stupid. I don't know what to do. Generally don't know what to do. Okay, just to get stuff done, I'm going to just read it from a file path right now. And I'm not gonna even demand that it's base 64 decoded right now. I'm just gonna read it to a file path. And then they can choose if they want to use UNC if they want to. And if they want to drop on disk, that's fine. I think that's what I want to do right now. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Shellcode path.bin. So I'm gonna read that file, read all bytes, missing bytes, shellcode path. Injection target is just gonna be injection target. And now it's complaining about something. No, wait, I'm drunk. Oh yeah. There we go. Why is this bad? Oh wow. Do I want to become famous? Oh my god. Oh really? I should probably have a bot. How do I make you a mod? I'm just gonna block these real quick. Hopefully I don't get like 10 more. Yeah, I'm drunk. So this needs a byte array to convert it to base 64 string, and this gets a string. Get bytes is what I'm looking for. Oh, there we go. That's the injection target separated by this, and then the base 64 shellcode. Base 64 that back in, put it into B. Great. This is going to go into content, and that's going to be sent because that's a post method. It's going to hit that shell, bing bada bada boo. That shell is going to get the base 64 shellcode and whatever it needs to run. Now we need to modify Tiki Torch, or could have used anything else as well, but I'm just gonna, I think Tiki Torch will do the thing I want to do. Oh, you have a CNA for Tiki Torch. Damn. Do you still use Tiki Torch today? See, it's 2 years old, so I'm sort of assuming no. Wait, Visual Basic? Shut up. What? This ain't Visual Basic. I was like, what? So, which one do I want? Tiki Loader, Tiki Spawn. So I think I want Tiki Spawn. No, I want maybe Loader? Okay, I'm gonna have to look through this. Oh, okay. This has get shellcode though. I love download string. Yeah, so this is basically what I want. What happens when you compile this? How many outputs, how many binaries does it spit out? No, it's complaining about something. Yeah, that's just to compare. Do I need that? That's a DLL. I don't want a DLL. Okay, it technically doesn't matter, but I would. So it technically doesn't matter, but the method I use here needs a main. If I'm not, yeah, main's defined as the entry point. So I think I'm going to take Tiki Spawn and change that to like a console application, and then change that to public void main. Is it static void? It's static void. Then I need public class program. Oh yeah, I need arg slow. There we go. No, why isn't that suitable? There we go. That's fine. Awesome. Okay, awesome. So from args, so it's only going to be one argument. We're going to have to split it. So target proc equals the first arg split. So base 64 decoded. So convert from base 64 string decoded. Encoding get UTF-8, get text, get string. There we go. And I'm gonna have to split it on and do the first one. So that would be the target proc, and then that is actually without exe. So I'm going to place.exe with nothing in case they use that. And then the shellcode is going to be a byte array, so that's going to be convert from base 64 string split on there we go. What do you mean binary doesn't exist? What is binary, Rasta? Okay, what binary to start, right? So yeah. Okay, supports parent pit stuff. Don't care about that. So we need to we don't want to wait, what? Oh, okay, I'm dumb. So this is the okay, I'm dumb. My bad. So you obviously want to do this because that's the parent pit that we want to spoof from. Then the shellcode, and then this is the target process we want to inject into. That you start a new one off. Yeah. I guess starting a new one is the best. So target proc is going to be binary. Is that with or without exe? That's probably with .exe, right? Yeah. So don't remove that. That should be fine. Let's hope it compiles. It did. Awesome. So this should take base64 input, target proc, blah blah blah. Split as the target process that we want to start, and then shellcode, and then that's the parent PID from Explorer. Cool. Okay. So we have our stager, and now we need the stager to just be baked into the binary, basically. So that would be loader base64. So I'm going to do Tiki torch. And then could not copy, yeah, because it's running load. Copy that, and then please don't crash. Oh, actually not that bad. Could have been a lot worse. Right, so now I can just say that this is Tiki Torch shellcode. Yeah, awesome. Awesome. So this should technically work now, basically. Let me test if I broke anything new. So let's just go in here. Oh, why is this on? Okay, no, it's not on. I have to go into Exchange, Microsoft Exchange. I think it's front end of the proxy UVA, right? No, it's EVS. No, I believe it was backend, right? No, it was front end. It was HTTP proxy, and then I believe it was OVA off here. There. Okay, so I gotta delete that. I'm going to test the original shell first to make sure that works. So I didn't break like existing functionality. So the shell that dropped was named this. Awesome. If I edit it, it has the correct payload in it. And it's having some issues running the command. So it got over here. Did I change the... Yep, that works fine. That's fine. Did I change the cookie here? Yeah, random shell name. Oh, .aspx. That explains it. Did I do that here as well? No, that, okay, yeah, that explains it. There we go. Works fine. Okay, awesome. So the original one still works. That's great. That's sort of a given. And then I am going to switch while I set up Cobalt real quick. because I don't want to leak my license key and other stuff, you know, that's not great. And then I guess we'll test it, confirm that it works, and then I'm ready for release. I have a feeling this is basically exactly what you did, Rasta. Since I'm basically using Tiki Torch. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so I have to disconnect from this and then CD documents, tools, Common Strike, bash team server. I think I have to unload some TS stuff as well. I do not want to leak stuff. That is not my thing. So, listeners, let's remove that. Remove that. Script manager, unload all that. Okay, great. So how am I going to show this? Okay, I guess I could full screen this and then just hide stuff. That would work. Don't save. That's fine. Cancel. Okay, so I think this should be fine. Everyone close their eyes, yeah. So obviously I need to generate some shellcode, right? So I think I could change back now. How big is this window? Okay, I need to make this window a bit smaller. Yeah, that should be fine. I am not leaking anything. Everything's hidden. Yeah, I think this could be fine. So, okay. So I'm switching over YOLO. So we need to create a new HTTP. I'm just going to do HTTP listener called demo listener. This is the IP that I want people to call back on. That is correct. That's to port 80. That's fine. And then we need to generate some shellcode, which we want to do stageless. So I think that's under attack. Packages, Linux executables. S is for stageless. You don't want to stage stuff. That is bad. Raw. Use 64-bit. Okay, I'm gonna have to go this now because I don't want to leak stuff. So that basically created beacon.bin, which I'm going to transfer over to the Windows machine for testing. Friends don't let friends stage. True story. I love it. So I'm basically just going over to the attacker machine now. And then I'm just gonna dump this in C so it's easy to reach, and I can change this now. Awesome. Okay, sorry, give me a second. Okay, so that should be fine. I got the beacon file. There we go. So now basically I want to do a shellcode path, which is going to be C temp and then beacon.bin, and then I want to do a target process. So for rules I'm going to go notepad.exe, and I guess just test, right? Okay, something failed. URI string is too long on line 373. But Oh, wait. Is there a max? Is there a max post body size? What? Is there a max post body size? Did I hit the max? I'm also going to delete that original shell, by the way. Oh no, it creates new ones for each time, so that's awesome. So that one's old, that one's old, that one's new. Oh yeah. So the issue is that the my initial payload is too large. This one. My initial payload here is too large. Freaking fuck. I thought I was going to get around that. So this right here is too large. And I generally don't think it can be any smaller. URI should just get though. Well, since the external URL didn't get set, I'm sort of guessing that the right? Yeah, so that's fine. So it's doing both. It's sort of doing both, but the problem is that in the shell that's dropped, the external URL field is empty because it's too long. Yeah, right. Did you when you did Rasta? Did you? I'm thinking. Do you think this accepts UNC paths? Do you think an external URL could be a UNC path? I guess we're about to find out. I haven't tested, like, so maybe I can put whatever here. Nope, that didn't work either. Unless it's the same one. 54, no, it doesn't work. So that's the issue. It's too long. Yeah, it's too long. Frick. How can I make this any smaller? Public void, page loads, system reflection. So I know this works without this. So there is like not many characters at all that we are above. Do me on Discord, Rasta. Oh, this is so close. There's not much at all. Is there like a short phrase for base 64? That's exactly what I used, right? That's what I sent you as an example. Okay. So maybe it isn't that, or maybe I for. Maybe there's another mistake here somewhere. External shell content. Yeah, exactly. What did you have here, Asta? For external URL parameter. But that's exactly what I have. You even have more characters than me. What? Makes so little sense. What is that replace though? Why are you doing replace? Oh, you even have more than me. Then it should be fine. I'll try your payload for lols, but I don't get why... Oh, no. I don't get why you're doing replace afterwards. It's longer than mine, but I don't get why you're doing replace. It should be fine. I'll try it though. It's exactly, even A and B is the same. I love it. What the fuck? Okay, so it has definitely something to do with escaping double quotes or something. Because yours is longer, but it worked. What the fuck? Yeah, lol. Okay, well, if you need help with C#, ask Rastamouse, don't ask me. Like, who am I? Oh, actually, I'm so stupid. Because even in the original one, there's a replace that I didn't include in my example. Well, okay, sure. Yeah, my bad. It wasn't the size, it was me double escaping something. Rastamouse is longer. He has such long payloads. Then it's this stuff right here. So I'm thinking double. I'm thinking this is unnecessarily. This makes it unnecessarily long. Don't even need to get bytes for that. Yeah, that's probably what makes it so unnecessarily long. Or I might have to do staging. We'll see. Because the loader isn't huge and this isn't huge. So that should work fine. Okay, so let's... I have to redo the Tiki Torch one then. So I don't want to do this. I don't need to decode it. I'm just gonna do this. You think I need to URL decode it? We'll see. We'll figure that out. So that should be fine then. Let's compile this as release. Tiki Torch is there. It's in release. To make it easy when I'm developing right now, I'm just going to do what I did initially. So instead of doing this, wait. Okay, yeah. I was like, what? Let's see, this helps. It still says URI string is too long. The URI string is too long. Okay. So it's not complaining about this, it's complaining about the URI string. So it doesn't like this? This is too much? Because that's the URI. Is this too much? Oh no, it has to be that. So I can... The URI, invalid URI. URI, this is a cookie, so it has to be this. Why is it complaining about this? I can do whatever here, it doesn't matter. What? 373436, 373. That's this. It complains about this being too long. 436. That's just where it ends. So it complains about putting it. It's definitely this. This is the issue. It's too long. But this is some post body, right? This is post. I'm doing post, right? Yeah, I'm doing post. So this should be in the body. Why is this, like, how big is this? This can't be that big. I mean, the loader, I have tested this with the loader and that works just fine. Let's try with just the loader. I know that worked earlier, so if this fails, then it's something else. Yeah, so that worked, so it ran, but obviously didn't have any shellcode or anything to inject into, so it ain't gonna run. So this last part here is the issue. So I'm guessing the shellcode is like huge. Let's see. Oops, oops, oops. Oh, obviously I won't be able to see that. Oh my god. I must be tired or something. Yeah. I might get why that doesn't work. I get that. Okay, let's use oh, that's huge. Let me turn off my stream here so I can do a staged one instead, because that's a huge binary right there. It's way too big. So I'm going to cheat and do staging. So am I drunk? No, attacks, packages, Windows executables, and then do, oh wow, it doesn't allow to do shellcode. What? A stager in raw, U64. Yeah, we have to use a stage beacon. This is that's way too big. Let's try that. Now that's way better. Nothing though. Oh, oopsie. So the latest one is 06. That worked fine. I sent A and B. So Tiki Torch got sent on A, and then the input got sent on B. Notepad ain't running, so that didn't work. I'm gonna 100% blame Tiki Torch for this. Nah. So, I guess the only way to test this, I'm sending it A, B, injection target this. Yeah, I'm gonna test that now. So it does notepad exe. Oh, it starts with the backslash. That's probably fine, right? Yeah. And then if I go to Tiki spawn and I do Tiki spawn, index was outside binds of the array, line 40 in Tiki spawn. 40. Decode split. So the first argument I give it, and then I split it on this, which totally exists. Apparently it doesn't. And then I base 64. Oh wow, this, lol, I'm such a drunk. That's the issue right there. You nailed it, that was the issue. What's nice now is that since this reads Tiki Torch on runtime, right, then I can just redo it and it should work. Should being the keyword. So if I run Tiki Torch, rebuild it to be sure, and then I run it. No, bounce of the array on 40. It complains about this. It complains about not having input arguments. Why does it complain about not having input arguments? Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't get any input arguments. What? Empty system string. So I'm going to unload some stuff. Like that. It does, yeah. No, it totally gets an input argument. I can see it. What? What is the... Wait. Okay, now I'd say okay. I don't know what's happening right now. You got me. What is that? I literally don't understand anything now. I take the args and I split. I take the first element in the arg, I split it. And then I split. So that's gonna fail, I get that. That's right, that's gonna fail. But no, it isn't. Yes, it is. So I get that, but I don't get, like, maybe the error message is just badly placed. Yeah, now it worked. Or it didn't throw an error at least. But it didn't do anything. Notepad is running, but I'm not getting any shells back. It can reach 29, right? 58, 29. It can reach 29, right? Yeah, I can reach. But Notepad is run. No, wait. Notepad is this, probably. Yeah, it didn't work. Int pepper there. Yeah, I'm gonna. Maybe I need explore.exe to get. I probably need high privs to do this. No, not to find the PID, I shouldn't be. I'll just do this. Tiki spawn. So confused. Oh my God. I started it in debug, didn't I? Yeah, what's the issue? Debug Tiki spawn. I'm in Tiki spawn. Why does it says release build? Does it need to be process.exe? Maybe explore.exe? Can I hollow without the parent PID? No. Generally don't know what's happening right now. I have a feeling this doesn't work in terms of like what is Tiki CPL? Can I remove CPL? Can I unload it? Unload project. Tiki things. No, it needs Tiki things. Task can upload from the assembly. Can unload from Microsoft build utilities. Oh yeah, lol, of course. You're right. That won't work. Nice. Okay, now it should work. It's yeah, it seemed to spend more time doing stuff there. Nope. Notepad isn't running either. Maybe I can at least debug it now. Why does it? What is this cob visible stuff? That's probably an override to hide it. Yeah, I get that. I generally don't know what's happening at this point. I'm just gonna start unloading stuff. It needs Tiki Loader. That's everything it needs, right? Tiki Loader is everything. Right, and that's in debug, and Tiki Spawn is there, so I should be able to debug this. Why can't I debug it? What is going on? Debug. Define debug. Yeah, I have no idea what that does work. There we go. Nice catch, dude. That's decoded. Target proc is gonna be notepad.exe. Shellcode is loaded. PID is found. Hollow without PID. So it's gonna start a process information 0. So it couldn't start notepad. It couldn't start notepad. Okay, do I need to supply notepad without .exe then maybe? Maybe it's only notepad? No, it fails to start the process. That's the problem here. Start process without PID. Does it need the full path to the binary? Create process. Application name. Okay, because it doesn't know environmental variables. Okay. So let's do SVC host then for something realistic. Now it failed to obviously because because this is in the beginning. So now it's 1 and this is 2. And that's gonna be missing that. Okay, we need a new separator. obviously need to change that then. Yes, okay. We found the issue. So finally we can do hollow with PID then. But it shouldn't be Explorer, it should probably be Services. That would be more realistic since we're running under system. So, and this should be this, and this should be that, and this shouldn't be needed. Okay, so we're back at it. So, remove that. We take the input args, we split it on that, we take the first, that's the target process, that needs to be the full path, and then the second one is the shellcode, and then we find the process PID services, which is like a high up one that SP host is supposed to exist under. I guess technically we could take this as an input argument as well, like what PIDs to spoof. I mean, we might as well since it's here, right? Spoof proc. I'm gonna replace and then I'm gonna have to replace .exe if they include that in this one with nothing. There we go. And then let's release build that. Awesome. So 0.2, so the first one is the target process, and then right, so where do we do this? It's down here. So that should be injection target, and then it should be PID target. PID target. Sorry, PID target. Ooh. So that should be 4, and then here we should do I'm gonna have to yeah, I just had I just had Cobalt at hand. It was easier to run, and then again I sort of want to use this with execute assembly. We'll see how realistic that is now, but this should be it now. So I can build this. Args is still going to be output, which is fine. Don't need that anymore. We do need this. So this should work now. So instead of this, we should do, oops, we should do like C, Windows System 32, Notepad, and then we should do Explorer as the target. Didn't work, awesome. Oh. Some JSON failing. Interesting. A new error message. Woohoo! Yes. So the issue here is after we got the ASP.NET session ID, it's supposed to do some stuff here. So it does this, and then it fails to deserialize the object we get back. I think we should just rerun it and see what happens. No, okay, so I broke something. Pull interval. Okay. Null object cannot be parsed. So the OIB ID is in here. So it's having issues with this, and technically I don't even need to check this. So I think I can just do this. I don't need to deserialize stuff I don't want. Okay, that didn't work. D output. So, and then we have something called pull interval in output. And I really just need identity in here. We don't care about anything else. Okay, so there's definitely some error going on. I have a feeling I might have to reset the exchange again. Let's dump the output to see. False warning, no access, blah blah blah, false, when changed. Yeah, I've seen this before. It's when you do it too many times that it hangs and stuff. I'm just gonna reset the server again. Exchange setup. Thank God for snapshots, right? Fuck yes, thank you. Yeah, this is what it does. Oh, that was a hard one. So cool, so that now works. Let me look at the args that we ran. So SVC host, oh, this is missing something. It's missing the target, a PID spoof. I didn't include that. Yes, I did. Why didn't get filled in then? Oh, that's probably because I didn't include it in the right line. So I need to remember to remove that. So I can probably remove this now, and then I need to remember to remove the freaking file write thing. This. So, oh wow, okay, actually it was the other way around. I never changed this. Interesting. So why didn't... Probably because I had it open then? I'm gonna take a wild guess at that. And then again, as I told you, just have to log in one time. I talked about this earlier, but if you set up an Exchange server to test this on, you have to log in at least once through the to be able to pop the shells on it. There we go. So injection target, PID target, shellcode, that should be fine. PID target is first nothing, but if our count is high enough, then it's a 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, spoof target, right? Spoof target should be Explorer. It's in debug, up to date. Let's run it. There we go. There we go. This is old, so something failed. That's awesome. We're so close as well. So that would be front end, HTTP proxy, OVA off, this, edit. So it's in there. So it's in there, it's taking input. I'm guessing we wanted to do Notepad. That is running as admin on the system, so that is definitely not it. I think we have to... So Explorer is there, so that works fine. I guess we have to retry our torch again. So instead of this, we do decode and equals file, read all text. Copy a file path. To be able to debug it. That's gonna fail. Wow. So the target process is going to be notepad.exe, that is correct. The spoof proc is going to be explorer. And then the shellcode indexed out of bound because it's the wrong decode split. So that was the issue right there. Typo by Mr. Me. As always, process PID was found and then it's going to hollow and then we got another beacon. So that worked perfectly. So it was just another typo by me, you know. That's what I've come to expect so far. Release. Build the release. And then that is loaded. So now, okay, I have high hopes now, okay? You ready? I have high hopes. No shells. We run it. Yeah! Whoop whoop! We got it, boys. We got it. No, we didn't. We didn't. False alert. False alert. We did not get it. We did not get it at all. So I gotta figure out what is going on. Our stage beacon, notepad, that is correct. The arguments were written properly. Tiki torch is read from release. I compiled it as release. So that shouldn't be an issue. Decoded equals arg 0 split 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 1 0 1 2 exe. Good question. There is not. And I tried to run I could try to target some other process. I don't see why that would matter that much. So I'm targeting Notepad right now. I'll try SVC host and Explorer. Just gotta check that it can't connect back. Yeah, it can. That should be fine. It did drop a shell. That shell has the correct content. It's sent as A and as B. I'll guess we'll fire up burp to check what's going on. Clear history. And then just set proxy through and then rebuild it. Because I am running debug, right? That's the one I'm running from. I'm running from debug, so it should be fine. So it sends this A, and then it sends, where's the B? Is it missing the B? It's missing the B. No, a B. Maybe I need to pad the B because it ain't encoded. That might be it. Yeah, I probably need to pad the B. Or base64 encode the first part of it. I can do that instead. That's easier, in my opinion. So in Tiki Torch here, I could do like so on Tiki Torch, so on Tiki Torch we can do at least this first path here, which is going to be full path. I think needs to be in base64. UTF get string. So in here I'm going to I'm gonna do this. Wow, this really doesn't like me today. We are genuinely unable to pop shells today, people. Wait, release, right? And I'm reading from release. Yeah, bin release, Tiki spawn. So if I do Tiki spawn and this should work now. Just checking and sanity checking everything. Okay, that doesn't work either. So no, I don't want to release. I want to debug. I always do that. Target process, SVC host, spoof proc explorer, shellcode, shellcode, find the PID of explorer, new hollow. It works just fine. args0 is going to be args0. There has to be something with this being parsed. Like with how this is being parsed, I mean. Build and then release. Okay, there has to be something with the arguments input here. Can you also paste the text into the debuggers thing? I don't follow. I don't understand why this doesn't work. Oh, you can? I was unaware. How the frick do you do that? Project properties, okay. 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 You mean the solution, probably, right? Or the Tiki loader. I did it in Tiki spawn now, right? No, I didn't. I did it wrong. So what did I do then? Yeah, never mind. I did it in Tiki loader. Wow. There we go. Got an argument. That argument is in there. Target proc, SVC host, spoof proc, explorer, shellcode. Works freaking awesome. Why don't this work? Well, I know how we can check it. I can just do this. I can just do this, build that, release. Now it doesn't matter what I send it, it's going to do that anyhow. If this works, then at least we know that the issue is actually parsing the arguments. Yeah. Oh! No, it should work when we trigger it that way. This is so weird. Never have I ever had this much issues doing anything. I legitimately had this working. But didn't you get this working this way? That's what's so weird. Like I can modify the shell, sure. Let's test. If I remove this part of the shell, it shouldn't matter, right? Now it doesn't have any input at all. Just has an empty object. Right? So this would just invoke A. Oh, dude. I probably need to compile for 64-bit, don't you think? Or should any CPU work? Do you think any CPU should work, or do you think 64-bit has to be specified? No, I did it on the wrong project even. Well, we're about to find out. Okay, so the release build is in the same folder. Okay, sure. Sure. I mean, it works otherwise. Should I try non-PID spoof again? I probably should. Bin release Tiki spawn. Yeah. Yeah, I do not know anymore at this point. Like, I genuinely do not know what's happening here. Why this doesn't work. I broke the server again. I genuinely don't know why this doesn't work. Weird. I'm gonna give it a couple more attempts and then I'm gonna call it a night. This is sort of stuff that I most likely is just I'm gonna turn off stream and then I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and then it's gonna be solved. Like this is just so weird. Nothing adds up anymore. I genuinely don't know what's wrong here. I don't get what's wrong at all. Like, I'm sending it everything it needs. Oi, parameter count mismatch. Have this always been there? What the f... Parameter count mismatch. But why? Fuck off. If this has been... What is that? Parameter count mismatch? What the fuck does that mean? Yeah, it does. I think it does at least. I don't know why though. Because I think if I remove this, like if I give it a bad base 64 something, it's gonna throw an error directly. Yeah, there's something wrong with the payload reset probably. I probably borked that payload when I removed the B parameter. That might be it. New object. That should be able to be empty for sure. Oh yeah, I need a new string in there, I think. Can't just be new object, has to be new string. It needs arguments. I'm probably wrong. Yeah, I should probably just stop this madness right now. The worst part is that I got this working so easily, like last week. That's the sad part. There we go. Fuck off. So, there is something about arguments. I think. about the way they're parsed, probably. So what I ended up doing right now is just removing the... I removed the input arguments for the loader. So the loader has like the shellcode and stuff to deploy memories that is like actually coded into the loader itself, instead of taking it from input arguments. And I forgot that I have to give it an empty string anyhow. So if I give it a B, it should still run. I just gotta make sure I don't break anything. I want to reproduce this a couple of more times. If I got another shell now, at least we're on the right track. Yeah, okay, that's good. So you can have it, and you can't send the input parameter like I do here, like, because I sent B. I sent B. So the issue is solely in how the stager handles the input argument. I'm thinking I should just base64 encode the whole thing to make sure that nothing gets fucked up in the transfer, because this is going to be URL encoded probably. Okay, so let's try. So in this, I'm going to base64 everything like that. So I'm gonna base64 absolutely everything, and then in the Tiki torch, I gotta base64 decode the whole thing. So string input b64 equals args and the first parameter, and then I do string decoded this, and then I can just split it. So the first parameter is going to be the target process, and then the second parameter is going to be this, and then the shellcode is URL encoded in GAN. So I have high hopes for this now. Need to rerun that. Yes! Fuck yes! Okay, so I think I got it working. Let's try to mix up the injection process and stuff. So let's target Notepad instead. So now we should see one that has Notepad as process. If this works. Yeah, baby! Whoop, whoop, whoop! Fucking worked! Yes! Okay, let's kill all these shells. Awesome, okay, so it worked. Yeah, obviously they're gonna come back because I removed them before I killed them. So this is pretty cool. That's awesome. It did take way too much time though. So let's do SVC host. And then let's try services. That would be, because SVC host would normally have Explorer as their parent. That doesn't make any sense. Fuck yeah! Does it trigger a couple of times or what? No worries. So in the end, it was just moral of the story: fucking base64 encode anything you're sending over the wire. or it's gonna bite you. Like that. And then I also saw that I had to do random file name, random shell name for this, and also for the auto discover post also needs random shell name. This. So if I clear this, I recompile. Like, can't you exit sessions? What is going on? I want to end you. So let's remove this stuff. I think at least one beacon is gonna come back. Okay, so cool. So it works. So I should probably fix this so it doesn't read the tiki torch from binary all the time. No need to do that. So I'll run it. There we go. Tiki torch is now statically coded into this. This works. I should probably add back the try catch. It doesn't even use this, so I can remove that, right? Oh, this is without PID. I almost forgot. This is without PID. So apparently PID was the problem then? Okay, I'll give PID a last try, okay? A last try. After this, I am not playing with PID anymore if this doesn't work. So what was that again? Int PID get process PID find process PID spoof proc PID. So if this doesn't work, I'm not touching it again. So I guess I need to get process hacker down here so I can check that the PID spoofing works. Okay, Firefox crashed. You know what? Let me download process hacker from outside. There's no point in doing that in the VM. Okay. So now we can see if that works. Cool. So these are actually all the processes that are spawned as an ISS worker when that's where the reflective loading happens. Okay. So let's try to, I want to be a parent services. Actually, let's do parent explorer. There we have Explorer. Explorer doesn't appear to have any. Okay, so Apparently it's the parent ID spoofing thing that doesn't work. That's apparently a no-no. So I can, yeah, that's apparently a no-no. Find process PID, does that need exe in the name? I'm thinking it does, so let's give that a shot. Maybe that's the reason. Doesn't look too great. Yeah, it's something about the parent spoofing stuff doesn't work as great. So I'm gonna remove that. Release. Oh yeah, of course I have to clean build this, or else this won't fetch it. That might have been an issue for a while. So there we go, SVC host. SVC host is spawned on the V3VP, which gives us a shell connection back. Hollow ass system. Okay, let me try that. Yeah, it does take impersonation tokens. Maybe that's the issue. Hollow ass system. Yeah, that worked. But it's not under, so it doesn't pop up under Explorer though. I'm thinking the reason for that is probably because maybe it's expecting to get with an exe and not without. So I'm gonna try that. Let's see if that works. So it does start, but it doesn't PID spoof. Maybe if I do run a system, I need to supply a PID to spoof that's in a system context. So I could try like services. I have a feeling I broke the Exchange server again. Nope, I didn't. Yeah, no, it doesn't. That doesn't work. But fine, sure. So I'm just gonna remove that functionality then, so we don't need spoof targets. So Pepe PID target, Pepe target. That's gonna, I gotta remember to test now because that's gonna fuck up the separation between them. So Tiki Torch, Hollow, without PID, move that PID, get that PID out. So this is now going to be 1 and this is now going to be gone. Yeah, okay. Let's build this. Let's do a final test of this. So let's rebuild. And let's see. Let's try Notepad then to make sure it works. There we go, Notepad. Notepad running a system, guys. So that's cool. Let's do SVC host. Yeah, it is a bummer though. Might look into you know, I'm all open for a pull request if you wanna. So that's awesome. That's basically it. I'm probably gonna clean this up and work more on it, but for now I'm just gonna push it and call it a day because I am tired. I'll admit it. I am tired. So that, and then let's give it a final test. Cool. Cool. Nah, next stream. I had some ideas for next stream, didn't I? No, apparently I didn't. I gotta stop milking ProxyLogon at this point. I gotta do something new. Yeah, next stream I wanted to see how hard it would be to get better safety cats past Defender again, past some antivirus. So I might like pull down better safety cats, compile it, go through the detections, try to patch them and see if we can still get Mimikatz running in memory. Yeah. Unless anybody else has some better suggestions, of course. But I think that's it for today. I'll push this. I mean, what? I'm just gonna push this right away, just so it's done. So users, Flung Extreme. Do I have Git set up? Okay, so I need to make. I need to capture the sharp ProxyLogon Git before anybody else does it, right? Sharp ProxyLogon. Public, add readme, add ignore, Visual Studio. Yay, I got for sharp ProxyLogon. Woo! I can't recall if I, if I added my keys and stuff. Oh yeah, apparently I did. Or I might not have, we'll see. So I'll just move sharp ProxyLogon. Yeah, I'll just move it basically. So how is the structure for this? I can't recall how I've done it usually. Better safety. Do I have it in a folder? No, I have it straight up. So this goes straight into that. Then I'm just gonna remove bin, remove object. Yeah. So I use Newtonsoft, so I'm probably gonna need to use Foodie as well. I'm gonna smack that in there. So if I do a release, so I can close this now, and then I'll open the I'll open this one. I totally need to polish this a bit. because this is gonna 100 Newton soften it, so I need to get Foodie, our Lord and Savior. Oh, it's Foodie. God damn it. That's it? Cool. Does the other version still work? Yep, awesome. I didn't break the other one. That's kind of a biggie as well. I want to keep that. There we go. We got a release with a bunch of DLLs. What? Yeah, no. Shouldn't. Why is there so much DLLs? What the fuck? I thought this should be removed by now. Rasta, what? Explain. Explain this to me. There we go. Now we got it. Yeah, there we go. Now what? I thought I've never had to specify any config before. Yeah. That might be it. Oh no, I installed it for the solution but not for the project. Did I see that there? Or was that uninstalled? Because there's the Foodie waiver, right? Yeah, I install it for the solution and not for the project. Wait, what? I'm drunk. Yeah, I think I install it for the solution and not the project, but that shouldn't really matter, right? Yeah, food is installed. It's all installed. What? Yeah, I know. Okay, I'll look into this later. I'm gonna push it and then I'm gonna get off, basically. And then Rustamos is gonna make an awesome... I think I have to do the bash one. Commit. Yeah. There we go. It's pushed. Rustamos is gonna pull this and clean up and make a nice little pull request for me. He promised me, I'm pretty sure he promised me that yesterday or something. Yeah, I can recall that. So Rastamas is gonna pick up this repository on Thursday, clean it up, make it good, make unit testing. Yeah, you did. I can recall now. You promised to clean it up and make unit testing and stuff on Thursday. Yeah, pretty sure I heard that. Pretty sure I heard that. Yeah, I'm gonna end it. Thank you so much for joining. This was a rather long one. I did it on Monday instead of Sunday, so the views has been a bit lower than usual. Not that there's that many usually, but it's been super fun. Thank you so much for joining in. Even though we spent like half an hour bashing our head against the wall there, not getting Tiki to work. Yeah, I'm gonna blame it on Tiki. Yeah, thank you so much for joining in, guys. See you guys. I'm gonna keep it on Sunday from now on. So see you guys next Sunday. Who wrote this rubbish? I know, right? It didn't have unit testing. Like I can't see no unit testing in the Tiki. Super bad. Thank you so much for joining. See you all on Sunday. Peace out.